I remember reading somewhere that Chris Cheney wasn't particularly wrapped with the original guitar solos he did on the albums, that he felt like it was just, him shredding or whatever. But let me just say that being around 10 years old when that first album came out, maybe I was a little bit younger, and hearing those things amongst a sea of songs like, was it Two Times, what was another one? There was I'm blue, double D, double die, double, etc. And they were actually pretty good renditions. There was just a lot of terrible music starting to come out at the time. So, as you can imagine, hearing things like you get the point. Obviously, extremely awesome and extremely influential. So I'm always going to love this stuff. But it's brilliant. It got me pumped about guitar. And here I am, many years later, doing a lesson on not those licks that I just played. I'm not going to take you through those. I'm going to actually give you a little bit of the DNA of, where you can get your ideas happening on the licks that he made and the solos. So, just before we get into the lesson, I just want to mention I have merch now. You can get a t-shirt, which actually has a really cool guitar on it. Not going to mention the brand. Hey, you know what? I guess if they do happen to come after me, at least they've noticed the video and me. So that's kind of cool. But check it out. You can get the merch on the link below. Or if you'd like to become a regular supporter, you can jump on the Patreon. That's where I have the transcription. So the transcription for this will go up with this video. Pretty much every video I put out, I put a Patreon post with the exclusive transcription. So what do I have for you today? So what I actually have done, I've made exercises that will pretty much translate quite directly into Cheney-like riffing and soloing. Not riffing, soloing. You know what I mean. Solo riffing. Solorific. So, here we go. First, exercise 1. I'm going to turn my volume up and do that again. So what I've done here, I've just taken a regular pentatonic scale and I've played it backwards, okay? But with a pattern to it, we've actually done it in sets of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, you see this in the roll-on solo. I think it was something along those lines. So, to break that down and really get that fast, you're going to need to get the picking right. So you're going to have to do this. Pick. You can pick down or up. You can do this in the inverse. That's okay. But you need to get the changing of the direction correct. So if we start with a down strike on the 5th fret, we then need to come up for the next one. So down, up, pull off, down on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, so just like that. So we go down, up, pull off, then down on the 7th fret. Because I just did a down, I need to start the next batch, we'll call it a batch, with an up strike. Pull off, pick the 7 and pull off. That they were both down. So the middle ones there, so let's say this is the first one, second one, first one, second one. They're actually a lot easier because we're just doing 2 pull-offs in a straight line. Pull off, and you can do them both as a downstroke. That's why I like to start this with a downstroke. That kind of sets that up nicely. But let's break this down nice and slow one time for you. So 5, 8, 5, 7, 8 on the 2nd string. Pull off to the 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. Okay, that's not easy to break down in a short video. I'd spend a whole lesson with that on somebody. So let's move along. and you can spend as much time on you like with that as you like doing that really slow. So exercise 2, we're going to do something very similar, but we're going to do triplets. So that's going to sound like this. Okay, you'll hear that a lot in Chris Cheney's playing. The first lot were semi-quavers, this lot of triplets. So what we do a pull-off on the first string from 8 to 5. And if we start with the down, we then want to flick up on the second string, like that. So then start the next one with a down, then alternate with an up, and pull off. So, okay, then we pick down on the 8th fret, pull off, up on the 7th, down on the 5th again, up on the 7th, and pull off to the 5, and start there again on the 7. So pull off, play the 7, then pick down on the 5th fret on the 3rd, up on the 7, pull off to the 5, pick on the 7, pull off to the 5, up on the 7, roll across, to the 5, pick up on the 7, pull off, pick down on the 7, pull off, pick up on the 8, and down on the 5. Okay, once you've played through the first string or two, hopefully you can start to feel the pattern, but don't try to play this quickly till you can feel that pattern. And yeah, once you can feel that pattern, it can flow quicker. But yeah, just take your time with it. If you need to, if you don't have the transcription, write it down. Don't feel bad. It's totally cool. Okay, exercise 3. With this one, I've actually introduced the full minor scale. So Chris Cheney used a lot of just, fairly fundamental scales, but he just ripped through them really quick and abused them. So we start on the 8th fret and we do a pull off from there. So we go like, and we just rip back to there. So they're all just pull off. So pinky, pull off, pull off. So we pull off from the pinky to the 3rd, 3rd to the 1st. I just realized I hadn't actually played it. So that sounds like this. Good sound. That's cool. So pulling off from the pinky to the 7 to the 5. You don't need to pick again. Pick down on the 7, pull off to the 5, pick up on the 8, pick down on the 5, pick up on the 8, pull off to the 2nd finger, okay, pick down on the 8, and pull off to the 6 to the 5, pick the 6, pull off to the 5, pick up on the 7 on the 3rd, pick down on the 5th fret, up on the 7th fret, on the 3rd string, pull off to the 5th fret, pick down on the 7th fret, pull off to the 5th, roll back, okay, or slide back to the 4, and then we finish on the 7. I had spaghetti last night for dinner and the night before, and I think I'm going to have it again tonight. I just felt like mentioning that because I love spaghetti. So if you'd like to send me any other gifts besides the Spark amp, Al, you can send me some spaghetti. Might not make it past customs. Alright, exercise 4 goes like this. So it's just the triplet exercise, but going forwards now, okay, on the pentatonic scale, okay. And by the way, with that minor scale, I have lessons on all that stuff. Check out my theory for rockabilly and psychobilly videos. They're really just guitar theory videos, but check them out. It's covered in there. So, and I also have lessons on all the pentatonic ones too. So also worth checking out. Now, what's happening with this one? I actually pick everything on this one, so it kind of makes it easier to teach. I'm just going to walk you through 8, 5, just alternate your picking, okay? 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. You get the idea. 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5. So it's just the pentatonic scale played in groups of 3. Up 1, up 1, up 1, and we go sort of backwards and forwards there. You're going to go up and back. I got tongue-tied there. I tried to talk and play at the same time on a very difficult lick. So, again, practice these really slow, and then maybe get a metronome if you can and speed them up. Exercise 5. What have I actually put for exercise 5? What's that? That is a diminished scale, and that's something that he uses really well. this is where a little bit of the jazz education comes in, and for those who don't believe you need guitar theory, I think you'll find Chris Cheney, he learnt something. He definitely learnt something out there. In fact, he did a diploma in contemporary music and jazz, I believe, which inspired me to do something similar. Maybe the exact same thing even. Maybe I just wanted to be him when I was a teenager. Maybe that's why I play this green Gretsch. It was an 18th present after all. So, exercise 5, the diminished scale in this case goes 3, 6, 4, 7, 6, 4, 7, 4, 5. Okay? Now, I've resolved there on a 5, and you can practice that till the cows come home, but how do you use it? That's a little bit tricky. I'm going to give you a really quick tip here. So, if I'm in the key of A and I want to finish on A, I can use a diminished scale, okay, from either one note behind or from 2 notes up. That's the easiest way to put it, okay? So if I play this scale and then resolve to a note that suits the key of A, for example, even just an A minor chord or any of the notes in that chord, it's going to work. Very complex to use, but my thoughts are practice this scale. Maybe just move it up the neck. And see if you can get an ear for it and hear the right time to use it. Very nice in a minor context. We're coming back to A minor, for example. I play, resolve it into any note from the A minor and it will work. So that's a little bit of a tricky one theoretically, but I just thought I'd throw it in there for a little bit of fun. You could even practice it like, and then move it up 3 frets, so 3, move it up to 6, move it up another 3, move it up another 3, and every time you do it, it's the same scale. I know, crazy, but it is. Honestly, just believe me. I'm not going to get into the theory today because I'm tired, and it's a long story, kind of. And also, Jacob Collier does a video on that, I think, on TikTok, so you could probably check that out too, but not really that important right now. You've just been given 5 exercises on sounding like Chris Cheney, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the bell. If you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell. That makes a really big difference. And consider the Patreon and all those sorts of things. Guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I was going to play something out, but I think I've done enough playing. What do you reckon?